Good morning, Powerhouse Smart friends and colleagues, and everyone out there who's listening to this fabulous recording today. We are so excited. This is a podcast recording with Jon Cremer, who I am so excited to share with you. And instead of spending a lot of time giving you the introduction, I'm going to be bringing him on shortly. But this is Powerhouse Cool Collaboratives, or Cool Collabs if you want to be short and sweet. So what this is our way of interviewing leaders in luxury design, build, and real estate who are inspiring and doing amazing things in their business. And we all want to learn about that, as well as living with an attitude of gratitude and giving back to humanity, even in some small way, and a lot of times in a big way. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on Jon, my dear new friend and colleague, and he's going to be my guest today. Good morning, Jon.
Morning, Wendy. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm thrilled to have you here, and I love the view. Where are you today?
Thank you. Thank you. I am in my apartment and my home office in downtown Minneapolis.
Cool. Love it. Love Minneapolis. We do a lot of things in the Minnesota market. We're thrilled to have you here, and that's actually how we met. So what we're going to do is this is just a 20-minute short snippet, and after we're done here, we're going to make sure we give people a way to reach out to you and connect, because it's all about helping you grow. The fact that you're giving us your time this morning. But I'm going to start with letting you tell us your business story, or start with just who you are, Jon, and where you are.
Absolutely. No, thank you for having me on. I'm honored and it's blessed to be part of this opportunity. So my name is Jonathon Cremer, founder and principal of Eversphere. We're a sustainability consultancy focusing on accelerating resiliency in every environment based out here in Minneapolis. And I come from the commercial design architectural background where, we got to, in a pre-COVID world, build inspiring spaces for people to work, learn, heal, and play, and had the blessing of working with amazing national design firms and international architects to really build inspiring spaces. And throughout COVID, we kept thinking, how do we get people to come back to places and spaces and feel healthy and confident and safe? And it really inspired my business partner and I to launch Eversphere. We're a year and 2 months in, not that I'm counting, and blessed to be part of this, where we really get to blend environmental and human sustainability together. I joke that I'm a wannabe doctor and I love helping people. And so we're excited to be here, and we're really focusing on making the invisible visible. And how can we bring people back to places and spaces and make sure that they're in an environment that they can thrive and do their best work, whether it's at a hospital, at a school, at an office, or at home as well. So that's kind of our high level overview, but we're out here just trying to activate spaces and make sure that we're building resiliency in every project across the world.
Wow, that is impressive, Jon. And it's so needed and so important and inspiring. And talk about cool. You are cool. But I want to hear, how is it that somebody utilizes your services, and what does it look like for us to have our first initial meeting and think about being able to have Eversphere help us if I'm a developer or I own a property or even in a single family home? Share with me, please.
Absolutely. Yeah. We dabble, we're really trying to bolster sustainability for business owners, creative firms, and global developers. So we can kind of play in every arena from, the development stage to really taking the vision of our client from start to finish. And having the background of dabbling in the commercial real estate world and architectural design, we have beautiful partners all over the world to help achieve these different goals. And when we're talking sustainability, it's not just, talking about clean and green, but it's really blending that human side in. How can we design spaces that are healthy and really delving into that human-centric approach to space? So we have interactive workshops where we can sit down with the client. Let's say in the commercial real estate world, there's all these empty buildings all over the world. So what do we do to activate them, bring people back? We hear about conversions into residential. We hear about, spec suites being built within existing spaces, but what's really that trick to help bring people back and make people almost have that FOMO effect for not being at their place of work or their place of play, whatever that may be. And just really taking that vision, I have five beautiful nieces and one nephew, and throughout COVID, I saw their pains at such a young age of, they're missing their friends and they're missing being at school. It's a weird time in life back then. And, for us adults to really navigate it was challenging. But what about our future? So it inspired me to really, and my business partner and I, to really develop this company about creating healthy spaces. And
So
that's our
it
foundation.
That's amazing. So let's start with schools. And I know you and I chatted about office buildings and schools, and then we also talked about hospitality and restaurants and whatnot. And then we can get into single family and residential development condos and apartments. But so your niece and nephew schools, like what would you do? Schools typically not that many are ground up today because we have a lot of existing buildings, as you said. So now you go into a school district and they have multiple buildings. What is it that you would do for them to help them turn this into an opportunity to, make it healthier and actually save money, as what I learned from you earlier?
Absolutely, yes. Learned quite quickly in this sustainability space that it is the power of partnerships. Not one firm can do it all, nor do we want to do it all. We really want to stay in the lane of creating those healthy spaces, and blessed to partner with a few different tech companies. One is a biotech company that we're by the name of Poppy, where we're able to come into a space with a nebulizer and we can mimic in live time human breath. So we're dispersing particles in the air, gathering the data of what's going on. It's really calculus and AI combined. So we can go and we can get a benchmark and a baseline of a building. In a school application, we've learned quite quickly from an air performance perspective that schools are most of the time are underventilated, meaning that there is not enough air going through based on the amount of humans within, and therefore we typically see poor air quality. Obviously, that's not anything that anyone wants to be a part of. I don't have kids myself, but I want our future generations, and not just the kids, but the staff to really feel blessed and to thrive in a space that we know is clean and efficient, where they can do their best work. Prime example, and this is great timing. My family, we have a childcare learning center, part of our family home recycling company. So it's deep down in Harmony, Minnesota, and it's called the Harmony Kids Learning Center. And we average about 80 to 85 kids a day. I say we as I work there, but we're definitely involved. And we're, in small town USA, we have a shortage of labor. And when a teacher is sick, what do we tell our parents? You can't bring your kid. And it's kind of a domino effect. So we're really starting with going in, we're gathering the data, what's going on in the space, and almost like getting your blood pressure taken from a building perspective. Let's go in, take a pulse, and then write a prescription per se on how to diagnose this to be cleaner, greener, and more efficient. So we're finding that we're able to bring in our partners, in the far UVC and air purification spaces to then create a healthier space. Blessed to have these just really amazing partners where we have a far UVC partner that integrated within the grid, and at all times we're sanitizing surfaces and the air. So we're gathering what is going on in each individual classroom and treating that to make it healthier. So that's just a prime example in an educational setting, and there are future. Why wouldn't we invest in healthier air? And the correlation goes on to from the future, from a mental health perspective and whatnot. So really, about that, going back to that wannabe doctor, I want to help people, and
Sure.
we're very passionate about it.
So, John, if you do this analysis and you identify what the prescription has to be, and then you use your partners and you pull it together and make it happen, how do you measure the results?
Yeah. So our partners are incredibly intelligent. It's a biotech company. So we have a team of engineers that are analyzing what's going on in live time. So then we know how to retrofit, for an example, the HVAC system to achieve compliancy. And we found in a non-educational world, about 80% of commercial buildings are overventilated, which means ultimately you're bleeding money and you're far over compliancy. So if we can help building owners, organizations across the world achieve compliancy, and by achieving compliancy, you're creating the highest standard of health and while saving money. So we get to go in, prescribe, create the healthy side, but also delve into the energy savings aspect too, which is significant and very substantial. So for us, it's a win-win. We get to help people save money and create healthier spaces at the same time. And I don't know anyone in the right mind that doesn't like to do one of those. So we're excited.
Wow. So in your initial, business consultation with a client, a new client of yours, you actually, walk through what the process is. And then at the end, you actually show them what their savings could be. You take their current utility bills and energy usage, and you actually show them the difference. Wow. That's amazing. How long does that process take if I own the used to be the Sears Tower, now the Willits Tower, which is
Yes.
an office building that I bet you there's some vacant floors in. And I want to invite people and encourage people to come back to the office. How long does that process take if I own that building and I really want to, I see this as, a three-way win-win-win, right? All the way. So,
Really, no, and thank you for asking. As we deploy our testing on our tech side, where we go in with a nebulizer, disperse these saltwater particles into the air, excuse me, and gather that. And within 30 days of retrofitting the HVAC system, we can see results. And we have a performance guarantee as well. If our clients aren't seeing, the ROI estimates that we have projected, well, we're happy to compensate you for what you've invested in from a high level perspective. There's a lot of nuances within, but this tech, there's nothing else like it in the world. And I'm blessed to have this amazing partner where we're really, really scaling on an international scale. Was just in Europe deploying this technology to hospitals, to supermarkets, to Burger Kings and McDonald's, where everyone wants to be cleaner and greener. And there are different laws in place in major cities like New York City, Local Law 97. So we're helping companies avoid fines that are coming down the road from a decarbonization perspective. And it's the power of partnerships. And I'll go back to that. Without gathering the data, it's a little bit more of a challenging conversation at times. So
yeah.
it's been absolutely amazing. And saving people money has been beautiful.
Yeah, the icing on the cake, right? So,
Absolutely.
so if I'm doing a new condo development, and there's a lot of those, or especially multifamily, built to rent, would I come to you very early? When would I bring you into my development stages?
The earlier, the better. If we could start the vision of the client and have the client to drive everything forward is our dream. To be able to, delve into the interviews with architectural design side and really find the right partners to achieve our clients' vision and dreams. But early on as humanly possible, truly. But the nice thing is that we get to work with existing buildings to new. And most people would assume that these newer buildings, especially more on the corporate side, are very efficient. And we're finding that there are a lot of great products and tools within to make the building more efficient, but they're not being utilized. So
Mhm.
we're just a valuable resource to come in and help course correct what's going on.
Wow, wow. So are you privately funded, you and your entrepreneurial partner, or are you going public?
Correct.
What's the plan here?
Yeah, we put every penny that we have into this because we really do have this vision, and we if left a great opportunity and a great job and a great career to aspire this vision, and it's been great. Being a little over a year in, it's definitely that entrepreneurial grind time, but I thrive on being busy and chaotic and running around like crazy. And it suits us very well. And we'll see what the future brings down the road. But for the time being, it's really bringing in the right clients that have that shared vision. And I'm used to being in the bidding world, my previous job, where a bid comes out and I'm going out there where I'm going to be as low as possible. And I learned that that's not where my value is. I'm not looking to lose money on a bid and have, the project just not turn out the way that I know it could be. So we're treating this as an opportunity with clients. No one's asking for this, which is quite unique.
Yeah.
And no one has this tech to offer. So our partnership with these different organizations have been absolutely beautiful. And I'm very proud to be able to bring these to the international market and see where things go from there. But everything from airplanes to hospitals to homes to name it, wherever there are human beings breathing, we have a resource. And all we do our entire lives is breathe air. I think it's an average of 22,000 breaths per day. And if we're not breathing, we all know that's not a good thing. So
Oh,
why not make sure that we're breathing, clean air? And I mean, it can go on and on and on. That's my wannabe doctor side. But really, delving into that has been our true passion. And we have other great partners to help accelerate resiliency and some really funky data-driven solutions. But I'm confident that our solutions are top tier and can really make an impact on the world. And we want to be able to see the future generation thrive and grow and going back to the helping people, which is been a great, a great resource for us here in the local community. We have so many beautiful nonprofits and different boards that are collectively we're a part of. And it's been great to bring these tools to these teams and really do some beautiful things.
Well, you're leading right into, which is a beautiful dovetail. But before we go into the nonprofit and the attitude of gratitude and giving back to humanity in any way, big or small, I do want to put my recruiter hat on because Powerhouse Recruiting is kind of the one way I get to do my happy dance by helping people find their perfect career fit and helping companies build their teams. If I was interested in what you're doing, or there are people listening who want to get involved. Are you hiring? Are you looking for partners? Where can we help you on that aspect?
Oh, thank you, and bless you for even asking. Yeah, we're not looking to hire for the time being, but we're looking to bring on partners in every major city where we can deploy. I mean, if I could be in every major city every day, count me in. But try to find these partners that can deploy these technologies to broaden our footprint. And yes, of course, making money is great, but really be able to make an impact has been huge. So on the commercial real estate side, finding partners and to help their clients to on the development side, absolutely all day long, East Coast, West Coast, and we have a team in Europe as well. And our team has exploded with these different technologies, kind of combining data-driven recycling solutions to energy efficiency and clean air. And people kind of thought, that's kind of an interesting combination. Why not add them all together to make a massive impact? So we're looking for partners and open to any conversation with anyone truly, whether you're building owner and you're already getting hitting with fines to someone that just has a vision of building a beautiful building that's high performing and that's going to sustain whatever comes down our way in the future. Lord only knows what's going to happen. So why not be a little bit more prepared? And like my niece Brooklyn said, she goes, Uncle John, John, and Uncle John, John. She goes, let's create healthy spaces and, create a force for the future so that doesn't happen again. And if you look at our website, www.eversphere.com, you'll see at the top, healthy spaces, bright futures. And that comes from not just Brooklyn, but, a collaborative efforts from children around us. And it's amazing. And it's allowed us to stay in our lane. This industry can get quite political, left to right and everywhere in between. And we're not looking for that. We want to create healthy spaces for people to thrive and grow. And that's really where our passion comes from.
And the link will be right below in the comments here. So with that said, that's beautiful, John. You are a beautiful human being. So tell me, you wake up every morning. Well, what do you define as having an attitude of gratitude and giving back? Share with us.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always been one, I love helping and giving back to the community from a young age. I remember I was 8 years old. My friends and we had a competition to raise money for cancer research with lemonade stands and things like that, where I've always tried giving back. And with Eversphere, our vision of creating these healthy spaces and, accelerating resiliency has allowed us to open the doors to some beautiful projects around here where a board that I'm on called Joy Collaborative, where we're creating life enriching spaces for kids with life limited conditions. And to me, if I get to help a child with some sort of neurodivergent complication or anything that they can't feel and be happy in their best way in any given commercial space or at home too, for us to be able to come in as a team with architects and designers and builders and just a wide breadth of different, very visionary folks that want to give back. So we're building these sensory spaces all over the place. And we have a mobile solution now too, called the Joy Mobile. And it's just beautiful to bring back to people and see the changes in a few minutes, to see parents have a moment to breathe and to have their children go into a space and come out feeling so much better. I mean, I can't think of anything better than that, truly, to be able to get back and to make an impact for the kids. And it's been great in a short time of being part of this board. And it's, our vision of integrating some of our solutions and if I could deploy thousands of these Joy Mobiles all over the country and all over the world, that kids can go in a few minutes feel better, to come out and go back to, a baseball game or, a state fair, whatever that may be, to be able to be part of that I couldn't ask for anything more, truly.
Wow, that's really interesting. So, first of all, I love the name Joy Collaborative. That's fabulous. And of course, the link to that nonprofit that Jon is on the board of will be below here. And I believe my colleague Eric Nelson, who is our video guru, is doing a video with you and the founder, where the founder's name is.
Founder's name is Mark Ostrom, and I had the pleasure of sitting down for a few hours this morning with both of them and had some coffee and just talked life. And we really dug in the hearts and souls, and it was so organic. And if it wasn't for us connecting now, we'd probably be sitting there for about 7 hours. So it was the energy from the both of them just led to this, and just blessed to be part of this conversation with you following meeting with these two beautiful visionaries that they just have the heart and soul to make an impact, and will go above and beyond and do anything under their power to make an impact. And my within the board, I'm trying to raise awareness, and there's only so much that we can all do. So raise awareness to bring people on board to help build this beautiful vision and help more kids. We they've it's a great thing. I could go on and
Oh,
on.
absolutely. And so we do events. PowerHouse Smart does events in the Minnesota, Midwest area, Florida, Southern California. I'm actually going to be at West Edge Design Fair in
Mm.
Santa Monica. And I believe I saw Joy Collaborative there last year at their big design fair in the Barker Hangar. I will be back again and double check. But I am so excited to finally meet the people behind Joy Collaborative. And wow, what a beautiful thing that you were born and raised and had the sole ambition to give back from a very early age. And now you're really at that point where you're a business entrepreneur and being successful at what you're doing. And, just it goes full circle, Jon. I'm just so inspired and impressed. So I'm going to end our brief podcast here today and ask you, what is your definition of a well-lived life?
It's a great question. I feel that if my loved ones, friends, family, everyone around me is healthy, and we can all be together and never be separated because of a reason that I could help fix beforehand, to make sure that we can all thrive together and live our best lives. And I feel like that's a question I could go on for days and days and days, but it's really seeing other people happy and people being able to reach their full potential, and seeing the future generation, my nieces and nephews, my future brand ambassadors of Eversphere, really do their best, live their best lives, and inspire the younger generation who comes after that. So seeing the kids be able to believe in what I believe in, and what I learned from them too, is magical. So that they can pass that down to the next generation is it's lovely.
Wow, that's very inspirational, and I felt the love. I got the chills. It's all good. And I might be reaching and tapping on your shoulder for you being a speaker and sharing more about Eversphere at one of our luxury conferences or one of our local events. And of course, Joy Collaborative is going to be one of our nonprofit partners, so we can help you grow. We're right in the same family: builders, architects, interior designers, real estate, and people in the luxury world. Well, frankly, anybody who cares about making a difference in humanity. So, with that said, my gratitude to my dear Jon, and I will put all the contacts below for all of you here. You want to learn more about Eversphere, enjoy Collaborative, and please return to our next cool collabs. And we wish you all a day filled with unconditional love and gratitude. Thank you, Jon.
Thank you.
Okay.